watch NXT, you don't know who Johnny Gargano is unless you know stuff like that.
Ciampa and all that stuff.
Or you literally watch DIY, form a tag team, and then break up, get destroyed by the Office in Pain, and then Tommaso and Ciampa just go ballistic.
That feud is NXT. So that feud, that storyline between those two, that is NXT.
Like after the initial startup of NXT, like outside of like Big E and those guys, like Tyson Kidd, drawing a blank, High Fly, Pac. Neville, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn. Like after that initial run, and then it was Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Like that shit was crazy. It was like every year, it was like these guys are never gonna stop fighting.
Yo, them takeovers are crazy.
I still go back and watch I try to like watch from like the start. I could just watch all the takeover. I'm like, the quality of wrestling from like Elemental. It's like it's like, why isn't this happening?
Bro.
I think the pay-per-views have gotten better, but NXT that period of time,
fire.
Because I remember the match that they had when Ciampa came back from his knee injury
and they cracked him with the thing.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano was fighting him to get back into NXT, and when Ciampa didn't come out to no music, and that crowd was just, I think it was like the first time in a minute where like you actually heard the crowd chant like "fuck you, Ciampa." Like,
dude, him as a heel with Goldie was top notch. That shit was top notch.
Like he was just like. One, he can wrestle, and then just the ruthlessness that he had as just an undersized guy, but like conniving guy, like underhanded heel, like he was.
Man was cut and everything. I was like,
NXT, man, and black and gold NXT. Let's point that out.
Yeah.
It's black and gold now. Just
it has some white in it.
I mean, they're kind of going back to their roots.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, but I need.
They're just new faces, though. You just gotta get used to people.
It's just crazy how much talent they had down there, and it was just like, and literally, NXT was probably the thing I was looking forward to the most. I'm like, at that point, Raw was dumb long. SmackDown, I would just watch the highlights. For NXT, I was watching religious.
No, because it's like you look forward to it because it was going to be good quality.
Exactly, and the actual stories, like matches, shit made sense.
Like even the low card guys had storylines. Like, okay, let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're building. Let's see who's starting out from that. Guys like Velveteen Dream, even though he's like blackmailed from like wrestling now.
He's probably the one guy I had so much hope for, so much, and I was like, and then the stuff came out, and I was like, no.
What are you doing?
It's over.
And then they brought him back. And then they brought him back, and then it was just too much. It was too late at that point. It was too late.
Yeah, way too late.
And that man fell down the ladder hard.
He had that parking lot brawl with Adam Cole, right? I'm like, oh, is he gonna win the title? Is he gonna take it over? Like, are they gonna go with him? And then all this other shit came out, and it was just like, now he's on drugs.
Apparently. Exactly. No, because I remember, Patrick Clark when he was on Tough Enough. Yeah, and I remember how much of like an asshole he was. He was mad cocky, and he was an asshole. But the thing, I liked him because I was like, all right,
because he's gonna be a wrestler.
He's gonna be good. That's why when he got eliminated, I was like, really?
Yeah.
I think they did that. I think they did that on purpose. He was rubbing a lot of people the wrong way.
Who won that Tough Enough?
I don't even remember. Oh, I think it was
Was it the dude with the long hair?
It was the dude. It was the dude with the long hair. I forget his name, but
was he a white dude?
But I do remember he got into some shit because he tweeted out something about. You remember that group, Social Outcasts? I think it was like Heath Slater. Adam Rowe, and Axel, Bo Dallas. It was just that random group that Heath Slater was leading. I think he tweeted out some shit about them, and like he called them social jobbers, and him being a young guy coming up, pretty much insulting these guys who have like all these years of experience, even though they're not being booked in that sense, but at least they're on TV. So like who are you? Like who are you? Yeah, we're on Monday Night Raw. Like you just came into this shit. So I know he got in trouble for that. But other than that, I barely remember.
Twitter kills careers.
No, I mean guys kind of do it to themselves, and especially on Twitter.
Because they think it's like, oh, I can say whatever I want, and then it's like, boom, the entire world is like, cancel him, get him out of here. Oh, look, he did this. You remember what's his face? Shit. Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, I was just thinking about him. Yep.
Yeah.
That man was
crazy.
Had the look and everything.
And he was a powerhouse, and then all this other shit came out, and I was like,
you're one of those guys.
Okay.
Like they can't even save you after that point. Like people start pulling up the tweets, and it's just like,
yeah. Your past will always come back to haunt you in some way.
Yeah. Randomly, because when we were talking about like the smaller dudes, didn't Apollo, is he on Raw or SmackDown?
Apollo is on Raw.
He's on Raw.
I feel like I haven't seen him since literally that like the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
and I'm actually very disappointed about that because that sets a very bad precedent now for when you send people down to NXT. So now when people get sent down to NXT and you get drafted back to Raw or SmackDown, that really is not going to mean much unless you start booking these guys as if going down to NXT was beneficial for them. Mm-hmm. Now I know we're gonna get into. Well, actually, I was gonna ask about it, but when you're talking about NXT, question: what do you guys think about Dana Brooke?
Oh,
what you gonna say, Dad? What are you gonna say? If you compare her to fucking Natalia, I'm gonna go crazy.
She's the younger version of Natalia.
My god!
Is that where we're going?
Okay.
In what sense? In what sense?
You hear this right here? This is actually a topic right now on social media with Dana Brooke. I think it's so she had a match against Cora Jade, and I guess I haven't seen it. We haven't watched NXT yet, but she had a match with Cora Jade. I guess apparently there was a couple of miscues and a couple of botches to the point where the crowd there kind of turned on the match for a little bit. And then people started tweeting out at Dana Brooke saying that she sucks, she's not that good. Or how is she going to come down and help other superstars, and that she looks worse than they do. People were going in on her, and then I think like she tweeted back saying, "All right, yeah, great, yeah, I suck, awesome," like sarcastically blind everybody. But obviously, Vince Russo came to her defense, Bayley came to her defense, Nikki Cross came to her defense, and that was actually like a thing on social media right now about Dana Brooke. And me personally, when you think about Dana Brooke, there's only a couple of things that come to mind. There's
nothing.
The whole 24/7 championship nonsense.
Nothing.
Titus Worldwide. Titus Worldwide.
If you really watching, then you think Titus Worldwide. But then you think about, remember when she was Charlotte's protege?
Was she?
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember that.
We talked about it before. I never remembered it.
But I think the one thing people remember or should remember, if you want to think about like the good things about Dana Brooke, is when she was with Emma back in NXT. That was the best version of Dana Brooke. And if they had just kept those two together, who knows?
They just never built off of that. They just never built off of that.
See, with Dana Brooke, I feel like she kind of got the Apollo treatment. Like they brought her up way too fast.
They did.
She was just starting. Like I remember she would come in and do like like flip thingy, and then she was like flexing and shit, and I was like, okay, and she was actually like, she was a good heel, and then boom, out of nowhere, she's on the main roster, and then they did nothing with her, and but this is why I went, I'm like, dude, she's we know she can do like the comedy stuff, but they've never, and I think that's just the sad part, is that you watch majority of their matches, she does kind of fumble a couple of things here and there, and it's like, you've been here how long? Like, this should.
That's the thing that hurts, because it's like,
exactly. So it's like, you're gonna
character wise, you didn't improve in the ring.
Technically, it's like if you were like Apollo, who in the ring physically is amazing,
awesome,
but, exactly. But character work, it's a little shoddy. You need some work. I like Apollo. You know, he came back with this, but it's like you can't go from you can't be this peppy dude, and then you're Nigerian, and now you're a heel, and now you're just like, I'm rugged.
Look, that was the Thunderdome era, so they can get away with that shit. If they were in front of a live crowd, with that Nigerian character crap, oh, it would have got shitted on so poorly.
But you know what? Even though they told it, it could have worked. It could have worked, yes. As a heel, but they did it so fast.
My brother has Nigerian in his family. I had him watch this one promo, and he almost threw my phone at me. What the hell is this?
It's like, you got me watching this shit. What is this? No, but
go feed the Jamaican accent.
No, but it's just bad booking at that point, because it's like, you guys don't keep them on TV, you don't put them in the mid card, you don't have them be competitive or anything like that, and then it's just like they fade away, and it's like, why do these guys fade away? They don't have to go away from the mid card. Like, keep them involved in that. So it's like,
I know
these people get lost.
It's crazy to think that, like, I feel like not that long ago, Ricochet was in the same position, but now he's consistently on TV, and now he's like, he's one of those guys that was like, this dude has been a star everywhere, and when he came here, it's like, I don't know if he needed something, and then he was just like losing all the time, and it's like, yo, this dude can fly, like, give him a chance.
The first thing that's always wrong that with those two, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, I kind of put them in the same boat. When they start changing your ring gear, when they start having you lose all the time, it's hard to build credibility. Yeah. And then they put you in bad fucking groups like Retribution.
Damage Control.
Retribution. Once they put you in that, and that doesn't get over, even though that had, like, the start of Retribution should have got Ali over.
Yeah, easily.
They just like so again, it's bad booking. Oh, I got bored of it. So let's book them badly, and it's like, that shouldn't be the end game for it.
But this is why this whole, like, let people find their characters, because this whole, like, all right, you could pitch these ideas, and okay, if you're like, all right, you're gonna be this type of heel, or you're gonna be this baby face, then let them work it. If you got them, like we talked about a bunch of times, go out there just smiling, and cheesing.
Yeah, that part I don't like, but that doesn't always work, because Nikki Cross did that, and she came out with the superhero gimmick, and no one liked it. That was,
but you know what? But you know what? At that point, it falls on the wrestler, then that falls on the person, because it's like, hey, you pitched this, you came up with this idea, and it didn't go through. You either adapt, or you're gonna get lost in the shuffle. So it's like, you look at the New Day, booed the hell, and look what they became. They adapted. They're like, oh, they hate us, we'll be heels. And it was perfect. It was magic. And then you get these giant title reigns, and literally a group that has never broken up.
Most entertaining heel run of
one of the greatest championship wins of WrestleMania history. Like, come on now,
dudes had me in tears.
No,
bro. That's one of my top, like, WrestleMania moments. Like, from this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Kofi getting that one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But their entrances are fire too. Like with the Saiyan shit, the fucking cereal shit.
And look at that. You literally have people wearing unicorn horns.
Just dumb shit. Like
and
I hated the pancakes, and like people are loving the pancakes being thrown into the. I'm like, what?
I hated the Budio cereal. Like
I like the Budio cereal. I did. I love the Budio cereal.
Budios? They really got Budios. There's actually a box of Budios that dudes can buy.
Like they did that. They got that over.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, and they were legit just being themselves, and then like their promos, talking about shit that people's talking about right now. It's just like that's how you work, and it's like I don't know. Maybe people don't have this idea of what their characters should be, and maybe that's why it doesn't work. It's just like, oh, hey, I'm here to win. And it's just like, well, you lost. Now it's like, I'll try next time.
You lost your last
It's like you gotta make us care.
Yeah, it's funny because like the guy that doesn't have that problem, who I thought was buried at the Royal Rumble, LA Knight, comes on the screen and they let him talk. They don't put him in a stupid ass manager gimmick. They let him talk and let him go. And he's like, this guy's amazing. I'm like, this guy's cutting promos left and right, killing people. I'm like, he instantly killed the Street Profits. He killed Logan Paul on Raw. We'll get into that. And it's just like, we'll get into that. Like, if I'm everybody else on the roster, I'm sitting there like, I got to get my skills up. Because he's not, he lost on SmackDown. Like, he lost on SmackDown. And it's like, we don't care. We want to see more LA Knight.
Because he just has that. He has that charisma, and it's like if you can talk, and that's why like MJF is so popular, because this man just goes off rip and says what he wants, but he still captivates you, and it blurs the line so much that you're like, are they really talking shit to each other, or is this like how they're going about it? And it's like it's so
he's been on it so much that it's like. Exactly. He's been doing that organically since the start. So it's like
since the beginning.
You always have to believe what he says, right? Like, because it's just like you never know. Another guy like that, even like another guy to a lesser degree like that, The Miz. Like, The Miz has charisma. He's not the greatest in ring. He's not the best in ring, but longevity-wise, it's like, this guy's one of the best all time. Just as a wrestler, as a performer, you got to respect him because it's like, you don't even expect him to win.
The crazy thing about it, this is the exact same character that he portrayed in TNA, just with a completely different name. So he's literally had the same character, same stick for almost like 8 or 9 years now, and now doing it on the biggest stage, now getting over with the audience. And like you said on Facebook, you said like almost like Stone Cold Steve Austin in a sense.
Yeah, like
crowd reaction. So.
Literally here, like, give me a hell yeah. It's like, and like perfect timing. They're gonna be yelling LA Knight. It was like fucking. I'm like, yo, that was spot on.
Like, he's great. Like, he's great.
Oh
my.
It's like you can't, and I feel like if they would just give him some single matches wins to like just be like, hey, this man can go and win. It would build him up so easily. Then you got him in the title picture or whatever. If you want him in the mid card or whatever, but
they're leaning up to that. Even though he lost, even though he's taking some L's and stuff like that, I think they're gonna build up to that because you can't deny it. Like you can't ignore that. You can't ignore that.
I'm still hoping he wins Money in the Bank. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's my pick, but I don't.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into that.
There's a lot to unravel there.
I love the promo, but I don't like the addition they made. But we can get into it.
I got something to say about that.
I almost forgot about that.
Episode 20 of Ring Takes here as we start off here with a big action-packed week of wrestling that continues on. But let's start with, I want to just change it up a little bit. We're always starting with the